Hey, this is Jim from DTRSec. This is the 8th video in the Reversing in REnigma series. We will continue analyzing the executable malware recorded earlier in this series. In this video, I'm going to give you an introduction to the concept of execution points in REnigma. Execution points are a critical concept to fully take advantage of REnigma's record and replay capabilities. Let's do a quick overview of execution points in REnigma. Then, we can take a look at different places in the REnigma Web Interface where execution points appear. During recording, REnigma captures the full behavior of the execution in a way that can be fully replayed later. An execution point is a vector of 4 numbers and represents a precise time during a recording. An execution point refers to the system state in between instruction commits. It is an unambiguous reference to the entire CPU and memory state at that time. Execution points can be used by REnigma users as anchor points for a specific event. These anchors can be anything that happens on the system, including system calls, memory writes, and much more. You can then use a variety of techniques in REnigma to pivot to other execution points. This is the core of REnigma's approach to software analysis. As you traverse a recording along its anchors and pivots, you discover the precise behavior that executed. Since REnigma records everything, the bad actors cannot hide from this type of analysis. The process analysis table shows the full process tree of all processes that ran during the recording. You can use the process analysis table to zoom in on the details for any process that executed. We will demo how to use this table to find useful execution points for different types of system events. These execution points can then be used in a variety of ways to drill down further into the malware. Execution breakpoints allow you to replay up to a precise execution point and then pause replay. This lets you perform a variety of actions. One such action is to create a replay snapshot, or RSnap, to allow you to quickly load this execution point in the future. You can think of RSnaps as a bookmark during a recording, and you can create as many as you need to assist your analysis. Another action you can do is make a memory dump at a specific execution point. REnigma can then extract strings, memory maps, code, and data from that memory dump. You can then feed these memory dumps into tools such as Yara to identify malicious or interesting behavior. REnigma also allows users to single-step instructions during a replay. When single-stepping, the execution point is how you identify that specific commit. This allows advanced reverse engineering and debugging workflows with REnigma. The abilities of the REnigma Web Interface only scratch the surface of what you can do with execution points. REnigma's console interface and SSH access allow you to get a command line interface to REnigma. REnigma has many tools that use execution points to reference specific ranges of execution. For example, you can extract a full concrete data flow graph between 2 execution points. Or you can backtrack from a specific register or memory byte from an execution point to figure out where it was defined. And in the future, many more advanced REnigma analyses will be created with execution points as the centerpiece. Now, let's take a look at this in the REnigma Web Interface. First, start on the REnigma homepage. Then we click on the Recordings tab. Then we click on the Expand button for the recording we want to examine. And then we click on the Details button. And now we scroll down to the Process Analysis section. First, let's take a look at the process for the main malware executable file. That is process ID 6252. Let's expand it out now. Let's expand the created files. Now, let's click on a few random files. As you can see, each one has an open and close execution point entry. You can use these execution points to go to that exact event during execution. Similarly, we can look at the created registry keys. We can see an exe point for the exact system call that created this registry key. The same also applies for set value keys in the registry. We can see each entry has an execution point. Now, let's see how we can use execution points during a replay. Let's go back to the main recordings page. Expand Recording 40. Check Start Paused, since we just want to look at the interface. And then click Replay. Now, let's scroll down and take a look at the bottom of the screen. We can see three sections that are relevant for execution points. The Snapshots section is for the RSnaps. The Execution Breakpoint section allows you to break at a specific execution point during replay. And the Memory Dump section allows you to dump memory at that execution point. You can then perform certain types of memory analysis at that execution point. Let's demo execution breakpoints by setting a breakpoint at execution point 10,000:0:0:0. Let's enter that execution point into the text box. Then press the Set button. Then we can press play to run the replay. As you can see, REnigma has stopped at the next execution point after the one given. We can then press the Snapshot button to make a new RSnap. We can also press the Dump Memory button to make a new memory dump. When the memory dump completes, we can see the process tree at that precise execution point. And we can click on a process to see its process memory map and run strings on it. The memory dumps are also available in the REnigma Console to allow you to do more advanced memory forensics. Last, we can scroll up and press the single step button in the REnigma debugger. This steps through individual execution points and shows the instruction that just executed. It also shows upcoming instructions, assuming no branch. And as you can see, the debugger also shows certain CPU state on the side as you single step. All of the features we just went through will have follow-up videos at a later time. As you can see, execution points are a very powerful and precise tool for assisting with deep analysis of software behavior. And that's all for now. If you want to learn more about REnigma or are interested in evaluating REnigma, please visit dtrsec.com. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video.